I see you, John. Yeah, thinking before you act. Um, that's the that was always key. Gotta think. And unfortunately, we're not having a lot of intellectual conversations anymore with people. People are very bothersome. Uh, they just don't understand opportunities. They don't understand. Like, it's like, you ever hear the story when they say the woman's drowning, she's on a rock, the water's rising, and she's saying, Lord, come save me. And then the lifeboats keep coming by saying, hey, come on, get on the raft. She's, no, my Lord gonna save me. And then they leave, and next thing you know, she drowns, she goes to heaven. I said, my Lord, why you didn't come and save me? And he said, well, I sent you 3 lifeboats. That's the same thing as this, you know. We've all heard that saying before, and it never illustrates more than real life and real events. And when you see people, when they say they look the gift horse in the mouth, it's not about that. People like to pay it forward, and not everybody wants something from it. But sometimes you end up hurting your own self by doing things that's counterproductive to you, not realizing other people have been there, other people know more, and whether you don't need the information or not, might be beneficial to you, it might not. You take it constructively and process it. That's what adults do. So, how you react to situations, how you move, it's a reflection of your maturity, and it's a reflection that other people will take and say, I don't want anything to do with that person. Case in example, we're sitting there, right, and we're getting ready to do this presser for the Mayweather Canelo fight. So we're in there doing all the work, the prep work. Canelo's coming, and they're doing it here in Chicago. Was one of the stops. So this is great for me. I don't have to travel. I don't have to go anywhere. It's perfectly fine. So I managed to get my I managed to get my friend uh, an opportunity to see and actually cover because she could speak Spanish. So I said, well, you can get the opportunity to come there, and and this would help her get into a field that she wanted to get into. She wanted to be in like media and things of that nature, and I felt she could have done that. But I said, here's an opportunity. I went and got her put with us and got her a press pass to represent her, got her name, everything put on the registry, everything. So she's coming there and gonna meet me there, and then we're going in for the event. So we don't have to wait in line with fans and all that. We're going in as media. Now, the day before the event, she's all excited about it. So she's very enthused. Now, when it's all said and done, we get a chance to go up and to go to the event and whatever and what have you. She's not even riding with me. She's riding with, I guess, a family member she wants to bring with her. So I said, well, yeah, they probably just have to sit with the fans. They probably won't be able to go on the stage and do the interview or wherever they're going to have the interview process take place. So naturally, once that's said and done, everyone is saying to themselves, like, okay, that's where we are right now. But with that said and done, we're moving forward with this. Makes sense, right? Everything's worked out. Less than 24 hours before the event, she says she can't go. And I was like, why you can't go? And she's like, well, my friend can't. I don't think she wants to drive and all that. That was a lie. The whole real reason is her boyfriend that she's with now, or who she's married to this day. They were dating at the time. He was very jealous of me and thinking I wanted this woman and I wanted to take her from him and all that. Insecurity on his part. His insecurity. This lady used to be my supervisor at one time. And I had already, like, was way down the road past, surpassed anything. But I remembered her. And I said, hey, you should do this and you should do that. They were dating then. Me and that woman never dated. We never held hands. We never ate. We ate lunch in the lunchroom and went over thoughts about business. So that's how I know this is what she would want it to have done. That's why I said, hey, this is for you. You can get your opportunity here. I don't need anything from her. So I'm like, I did it because I knew she, one, could do the job, and one, I would want a translator up there, someone who could speak Spanish for when we interview Canelo. So that's why I would want us to have our own translator there. So it wasn't like we was bringing her out there for no reason. So she didn't show up. They already had a translator there, so we just used them, and she missed her opportunity. His insecurity put her in a situation to make her put her in a box. To now she's just doing regular stuff, working a regular job. And I'm not saying she's not happy. They got a kid together now, but he helped smother her dreams with his own insecurity. You see how that happens? So the way you act, the way you have your moments and windows of opportunity, she didn't do anything wrong. She couldn't make it. She just couldn't make things work. And because she couldn't make things work, this things got worse around her. So that's why I tell you guys, think before you act. Another fight, Mayweather Madonna 2. Once again, we're back in Chicago. Media passes. I get my media pass, my media credentials. We're getting ready to go into the whole progression again. And we're getting ready to get into the to another thing where it's another fight with Madonna. I'm sitting there. We got the round table interview, and everything's getting ready to kick off. And sure enough, people should learn to think before they act and start saying stuff. And right in front of these ladies, these corporate executives, and the guy was like saying just some of the rudest things you ever want to see. He's excited. He's part of the Mayweather team, so he's on that side. So he's really just happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, look, man, I brought you here so that you can have the opportunity to be in the same room or the same section with all of us, you know, so that you could witness and be here for this event. And it's all cool, but you have to conserve your energy. You don't know who's all around here. And the way you act could have you cut off and you don't even know it. No one's going to communicate and tell you you're gone. You just notice that people ain't around you no more and they coming up with excuses not to be around you anymore. So the way you act in certain situations could cost you and you don't even know it. He's right there talking about, yeah, we're gonna put our DNA down his throat. Yeah, he all excited and yelling, and the women were found him offensive. There was a lot of corporate people there from Hublot, a lot of people there to have their moments, and it went left. It went left, and he never was invited back around. And they was just like, don't bring that guy around no more. You know, like he could mess up a lot of money. And you know, Hublot didn't want that guy around. So he was X'd out without even knowing why he was X'd out. Then you have men and women. Yeah, so you're walking around impregnated. God is ready for you to standing on business goes wrong. He wasn't even standing on business. He was just excited. He's just in the background yelling and screaming. And I'm sitting there. I got so Twisted them come in there. They come in through the back way. So they not trying to really be around all the crowd and everything. They just there. They say what's up to Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And that was that. So me and Twister sitting on stage talking, and he comes up again, interjected himself. Man, you're so Twister, yeah. I'm from blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, enhance your calm. You know what I'm saying? Like, he making me look bad. He's embarrassing me. It's embarrassing. And that's why I say people got to think before they do something. I helped somebody get hired to do a job for somebody that worked for Floyd, right? I got them hired because I knew they could do the job. So I said, well, yeah, this person could do this job for you. They're very good at doing this because that was their skill set. So I said, well, this is your skill set, then you should be ready to, and to go ahead and do your thing. That was the weirdest nigga ever that just walked out of here. This dude that just walked out of here with the army shirt was the weirdest Negro ever. He's a whole hood story. He's a whole video getting ready to come. This dude just did a Sunday service right there in that corner. And my God, it was the crazy shit. When y'all hear this, y'all gonna go crazy. This dude who sat right over there just did a whole Sunday service. After talking on the phone with his mom, the conversation was like this. It was, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with that side of the family. That whole bloodline ain't shit. They all the mother. I pulled up on that nigga and said this. Mom, I need you to join my congregation for my Sunday service. I swear to you, it was that crazy. And he was sitting right there. I ain't say one word to that man. To not laugh was a work of art for me. I didn't know if y'all could even hear him. He was like going off on his Sunday service trip. Man. The world, the world, the world. The world, the world, the world. That's all I can say. So, anyway, back to the story. I get this person an opportunity to work with somebody that's close to Floyd Mayweather, right in the team, right? Because they're very good at doing the job. So I get them this opportunity. They're hired. They get around Floyd and everybody else. And then they start asking other people questions that was close to Floyd and start asking, which is not their job, asking people, who's that guy he's with? Who is that? That's his lawyer? And who is that? I mean, what's his name? What's that? Why? And they was like, why are they asking questions about Floyd's lawyer? Like, why are they doing this? I got woke up in the morning with a phone call saying, "Hey, how well do you know this person?" I'm like, yeah, I've been knowing. We did some work. He's like, cuz this person is like asking questions about, you know, Champ's lawyer and this and that, and I'm like, why are they doing that? Like, it don't even make sense. So once that was put to the forefront and put on the table, I saw firsthand. Yeah, I saw firsthand what was actually happening there. So I said, man, those things right there, put them in a red flag box. And that makes me look bad, you know? And they had to have a sit down and have a lunch. And once they saw that that person was cool with another person and used to date somebody that they cool with and know, then everybody relaxed and okay, all right, they brought their defenses down. But before that, it wouldn't have happened, you know, any other way. The guards were up because you're asking too many questions that's outside of your pay grade and your job. So think before you act. I understand you want to move up the ladder and get close, but there's ways of doing that. You don't come in on day one, nobody know you, and you asking personal questions like that. That's like if I see Floyd Mayweather, I start asking him about the kids. So what the kids doing? Where they at? What they doing? Man, he be like, what the hell are you worried about my business for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with this dude? Well, I wanted to always make sure that people were put in their proper perspectives. And when they brought situations to the forefront and they was doing everything they needed to do, everybody would be on the same page. Well, the the main stature is a lot of things are screwy dooey, you know. Most of these people don't have a clue or an idea as to what everybody else expect they Nobody's perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying you have to be careful with how you move about. Case in point again, this time we're in Los Angeles, and I hate LA. I do not like Los Angeles at all. So I don't want to be in Los Angeles anywhere, period, in LA. The city of Los Angeles, y'all can have it. I don't want nothing to do with it. First of all, LA is not what you think. It's homeless people everywhere. I'm just like, stinks. Like, it's just was terrible. And then like around the corner is where we're having like this business, like lunch at this place. Right. The only thing is that a lot of people eat outside. I'm not really the eat outside person. All these people walking by, I'm like, this ain't impressive to me. I like to eat indoors. So anyway, you gotta it's better places in LA. Like any type of suburb of LA, it ain't. It's just Los Angeles. Period. Los Angeles is terrible. I don't even know how anybody can stay there. We're in near downtown Los Angeles. I do not like Los Angeles at all. So I'm just like, get me out of here. But that's like people told me you ain't seen the real LA. That's you went to the worst part of LA. You got to go to the real LA where it's live. I'm just like, man, everybody. There's no food in Los Angeles. Everything is a shake shop, some type of health store, vegan. Everybody's walking around with earbuds on and spandex, drinking green shakes. It's terrible. It's terrible. So anyway, back to the story. So we're eating, right? We're at this place and everyone's sitting there talking and telling stories, and this dude's talking about, oh man, yeah, this F word, talking about gays, right? So he's basically talking about, yeah, this man, he ain't nothing but a F word and this and that. He didn't realize that one of the person was there was actually gay. The other two people that was there was gay. Well, they were bisexual or whatever, and they were friends with the gay guy, and they were offended for the gay guy, and they were just like, and their expression told like, oh my god, and I saw him, but he in his zone, he don't even notice, he ain't even caring, and I'm like, I tapped him on the arm, like, dude, you should relax, man, just calm down, man, f that, they didn't give this f words everything. You gonna have to sucker, you know what, to get something out of here. I'm like, dude, you tripping. Relax. Chill out. Trying to save him, right? But is he listening? No. Now, next thing you know, cut off completely. Not only is he cut off, not only is he cut off, all the people that he was cool with, no employment, nowhere in Los Angeles. He won't be hired. He had to move back he went back to the East Coast. He's outside of Jersey somewhere. He had to go back out there. So, long story short, watch what you say. Think before you act. Like they say, look before you leap. You're not a baby no more. That's what I try to tell people. Like, You're not a baby no more. This is real time now. And now that you're not a baby no more, nobody's going to be there to baby you. It's all on you. I hate when people are so stupid that they try to get mad and blame you for something that isn't your problem or your responsibility. Something like what LeBron does, right? He sits there and passes the buck and try to blame a referee for the game that they were up 20 points and lost because he missed the shot. Everybody said, well, damn, you had a shot to win the game and you blew it. Now we got to go back to 5 plays ago when you didn't get a foul call, when you didn't shot more free throws than this team almost every game y'all didn't play them in. Y'all like plus 500 free throws over them, right? But rather than face the problem, they rather want to create a whole new narrative to try to be a distraction. So definitely, please watch how you act. Because it's only so long and so far people can pretend. Who you are is going to bubble up to the surface. People love to tell you who they aren't, what they don't do. You ever see somebody, oh, that ain't me. I ain't like that at all, B. That ain't me. Then they end up being that person and doing the same thing that they say they didn't do. You ever see that? Yeah, act could be speak and everything. Yeah, we were in a business meeting. A guy decided to make a Jewish joke or a Holocaust joke in the business meeting. Like, why? That came out of nowhere. Just because he did that, the Jewish people were offended and they pulled out of the deal. It didn't even make sense. And the involvement didn't, it wasn't hurting me because I got paid. We were the brokers. So being the brokers, we brokered the deal together. We got our no matter what happened in the deal. We would have got more money had the deal got made. But us putting the deal together, we got our percentage anyway. We had a guaranteed percentage. So putting the deal together, we got our we got our fee. It's like, look, once we put this meeting together, y'all agree to the meeting, whether y'all decide to do business or not, we're getting paid. So we get paid for our initial service. But if you do guys do engage in business, we're getting our percentage and cut off of the deal, which is our brokerage fee. So this guy goes ahead and screws up the entire deal altogether. Well, when you're put in a position by people, you'll wonder why these guys don't have a mega platform. They're assuming and pretending to be bigger than what they already are, and they're canceling themselves out. And while they're canceling themselves out, people are looking over their shoulder and scratching their heads, going, "What the heck is going on here?" Because none of this is making sense. Hmm. Well, you have to know your audience. You have to know what you're doing, but think before you act out and do something that's rash that could affect everybody else. If you don't care how it's going to affect you, then that's fine. But think before you sabotage everybody else and sink the whole ship. You know, this one guy ruined his son's opportunity, to get drafted and basically, well, not drafted, but recruited to go to a college to play D1 sports. He kept telling his son, basically, like giving him an allowance, for everything he was doing. Not payment allowance, but just giving him a pass, and just letting him just be him. He's a teen. He's finna be a superstar. He's finna go to the league, the NFL. He's finna do all of these things. So I'm gonna just give him a long rope to do what he want to do. And even when the professors at his school said, "Hey, you need to try to talk to your son while he's in high school. He's trying to be the class clown. He's really disrespectful to the teachers here, and the coach is thinking about even sitting him for the games." And he was like, "I know he ain't gonna sit down the star player. He in the papers." So once again, the father goes down there, yell at the school, yell at the coach. "Man, nobody care about no doggone test and all that. He going to the league. This dude finna put the school on the map." And you know who agreed with the father? The vice principal. Vice principal said, "Yeah, okay, we're thinking a little too hard shit. No, he's gonna play. He's gonna play. We do have the press showing up. It's the first time ever, really, in like 20 years, our school has really had a good team. So this is getting a lot of good press for the school. We're getting some money coming back in, and all these players are getting scholarships now. We have university scouts showing up to come to our school to see what's going on because we're beating schools we're not supposed to beat." Now, as this is going on, they end up losing the championship game. They made a championship game. They lose. So after losing the championship game, um, they took like everybody on the team was getting, and he was the star running back of the team. Everybody, the quarterback got a D1 scholarship. The wide receivers got a D1 scholarship. The defensive tackles, the tight end, everybody got a D1 scholarship except for the running back, except for him. He didn't get an offer from no college that would take him, and he was the star player. Now, why wouldn't that running back get an offer? No teacher wrote him a letter of recommendation. Not one. And every football team saw that and said, no, not one of his professors would write a letter of recommendation for him. We're not going to. So, when they said think before you act, that was it. There were plenty of chances that he had to correct that situation. There were plenty of opportunities he had to make right. There was plenty of opportunities there for him to do the right thing. Did he take those opportunities? No, he did not. Now, oh, there's a lot of things I could say. But like you said, that part, that's what made it more incomplete, is that when you do something that is so egregious to yourself and you think everybody else, and you still blame the rest of the world, and you don't see that you did that to you, and you can't find out what the one thing is that you did. Sometimes you do multiple things in different areas and different facets to where other people don't want to deal with you. Yeah, rest in peace to my friend Dareth Mashad Womack from Inglewood, California. He moved out here, ended up being one of my best friends, and he was shot and killed with right next to his girlfriend in his car at a gas station for nothing. 25 years ago. 25 years ago to this day. And he did everything right. Everything right that day. And it was the weirdest thing ever. He didn't take his pager with him. He didn't take his phone. He left everything organized in his room. All his gym shoes lined up, organized. Everything was in pristine, just neat. Everything. And he left all that stuff there. He left his phone and his pager. He only went out that one time. He wasn't even supposed to go out. He went out. That's how, it's the weirdest thing ever, man. But his girl wanted to go drop something off and dropped some keys off to her grandma's house. She had forgot the keys, and she blamed herself so much because had she not forgot those keys, he would still be alive. Had she not forgot to drop her keys off at her grandma's house, or at the house, none of this would be happening. So he was taking her to drop the keys off. That was it. He would still be alive. Yeah. So 25 years, man. It still seemed like yesterday. I was at a car dealership that it went down at like midnight, right? This whole thing went down at like midnight on the 24th. I got off work at like 1. And when I get off work at 1, I go all the way over to where did I go after that? I went to the crib. And as soon about the time I got home, I get the call that, you know, he had been shot. That's what I heard. I'm like, he's been shot. And it was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, let me come out there. And I was like, he in the hospital or something? And it was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, let me go. Let me go over and find out what's going on. I'm gonna drive out there. So I get back in my car, drive all the way from the city back out here, and then I'm calling people, like trying to figure out, get more information. And I'm talking to my boy, and I was like, hey, I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute. Don't worry about it. And he was like, all right, cool. And nobody told me nothing. I get out there. As soon as I pull up, I'm like, all right, well, come on. Like, why we ain't going to the hospital? And my uncle come out and tell me, he gone, man. I'm like, what? He gone. And that was the last time I had been in that car. So I was getting ready to get rid of the car the next morning. So that was the last time I was in the car. That's the only reason I wasn't there. I went back to the crib because I had to trade the car in. I was trading my car in. So I didn't even feel myself driving. I don't even know how. We was going like 2 miles an hour, just driving. I was just totally out of it. And I was just like, nah, I got to go back to the crib. I'm trying to get back to work. Everybody's crying and sombering. So it was just a mess. I get back to the crib. I go to the dealership. They switch cars on me and everything. Like, oh yeah, the car you had, the white one, that's gone. We got a green one though. You can take this one. I'm just like, I don't even care. It was the worst car deal I probably ever had in life. I didn't even care. I just want to get out of here. Give me my car. I'm out. So I stayed away from everybody for like a week because I didn't want to be around all the crying, all the. I'm just like, man, give me the information because I wasn't finna call his mother who was in Cali. I wasn't finna do that and break the news to her. So my auntie did that, and she was, of course, devastated because he was supposed to go down there in just another month to see his sister graduate from high school, and it's just awful, absolutely awful. Yeah, they caught the person. They caught the people like the very next day. They knew exactly who did it, what happened, the the why, everything. And yeah, that was goofy. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Yeah, that stuff mess you up. That's why I try not to even think about it. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna leave it right here. Yeah, now my mind's thinking about a whole bunch of stuff now. So let me go and get out of here. So please think before you act.